Grey nomads making the pilgrimage north from the cooler climes of southern Australia are a familiar part of the landscape. Most are easily recognisable because they're travelling in caravans, four-wheel drives or motorhomes. But Victorian couple Brad and Liz Nilbert are an exception. They're doing it on a bicycle.
I'm 61 and I want a challenge. And last year we were actually visiting friends who live in Mossman, and she said something about riding a bike from Cairns to Broome, and it just went ting, a little thing in my head, and I thought, wouldn't that be an amazing challenge?
We do a bit of bike riding at home, but nothing as adventurous as this.
G'day, I'm Charlie McKillop, and I've crossed paths with Liz and Brad here at Pinnarendi Station, inland of Cairns, on the way to Mount Surprise in far north Queensland. It's a working cattle station, farm stay and increasingly popular cafe, where tourists travelling along the Savannah Way stop in for a well-deserved break. The pair are a couple of 100 kilometres into their big adventure, and they have a few thousand more to go.
We're hoping not to stay on the bitumen, so we're looking at the alternative Savannah Way, go up through to Burketown and across to Borroloola and to Roper Bar. If the bodies hold up and if we can carry enough supplies.
You're just listing those names off the top of your head. They're names of isolated, remote locations that most of us fear to go in a fully equipped conventional vehicle. You're on two wheels. What kind of research have you had to do to embark on an adventure like this?
We've probably been researching for about 6 or 7 months. First thing was getting bikes we thought might hold up to the task, so it's a full circle. We're back on the old steel bikes, but we're taking a few precautions as well, like we got ourselves a bot tracker that kept our children back home happy knowing that in a life-threatening situation we have got an out, but the rest of it we've just got to tough it out and see how we go.
Along the way we've sent food parcels because dehydrated stuff is what we need to carry, obviously, and places have been fantastic accepting that. That makes it a lot easier because we'll only have to carry, like we'll collect something from Borroloola to get us to Roper Bar, and then we'll go and stay at Nooka, and then from Nooka to Mataranka then we're back in civilization. The most challenging bit I think is once we leave Hellsgate Roadhouse, we stop at Borroloola but then on to Roper Bar. That is 2 quite long periods of time we really are going to have to be very resilient.
When you are on the back of a bicycle, what do you see that perhaps some of the other people that are parked up here at Pinnarendi might have missed in their dark-tinted, fully air-conditioned, fully equipped four-wheel drives and caravans?
We're both keen bird watchers, very keen bird watchers, and riding along them today we've seen a number of really beautiful birds. It's just lovely to take your time and breathe it in and smell it. Or when it's roadkill, that's not such a nice smell.
I suppose the thing is that you can pick and choose what you do. Like we can do 50 k's a day, or we were actually going to go a bit further today. We didn't know this place was here, and then we saw a sign saying 1.5 k's is this place. So you've got the flexibility to do that. We can also, with those bikes, duck down a dirt road if we want to. We can explore some places that perhaps you might just normally zip past in the car.
These decisions that are made, are they by consensus?
Well, we were on our way to the 40 Mile Scrub National Park. We saw there was a picnicky area there and we thought, well, that will do us tonight, hopefully. And then there's this lovely sign saying cafe. We just looked at each other and put our thumbs up and that was it. Yes, we're going there. I think as long as it's good coffee, we'll go anywhere.
Any room for a bottle of red wine or anything in this kit?
Unfortunately, no. Yeah. Water is actually, that's going to be a challenge because Western Australia had a very, very poor wet season. So where we thought we'd be able to cross rivers and get water could be interesting. So that's going to be a real challenge. So we've actually got the capacity to carry about 25 litres. And I think we'll have to carry every bit of that at parts, yeah.
Tell us a bit about your pack. What have you brought with you and what have you learned since you've set off about what you wish you'd brought with you?
Well, Liz was pretty diligent and got onto the life-saving type of thing. So we've got our water filters, so we can, even if it's just a puddle, we've got something we can probably extract some water out of that along the way when we run out of fresh water. The thing we're finding out, we've got 4 pannier bags, and we think we know what's in each one until you pull up each night and you pull everything out of every one and you don't find what you're looking for.
Looking ahead to the adventure that you've still got before you and all of those kilometres in some of the most remote but remarkable parts of Australia, are you more excited or daunted by the challenge?
Absolutely excited. It's a real challenge. It's sort of like I didn't get to live in the 1700s when everything was pioneering, so this is my little attempt at doing something a little bit out there and challenging and see how I cope.
There's a bit of a thrill an adrenaline rush when you're going along, and at the start of the day you think, oh gee, it's a long way to the next stop, but before you know it you've stopped and had a break and you're nearly there. And it's different to, like, when you're on a road bike, most of the time it's about the destination, whereas what we're doing, it's all about the journey.
Yeah, it's just really slow and see how it goes. We've got no agenda, just carry on each day, see where we get to. If we're tired, have a day off, and the bottom will like that very much.
What's this like?
Victorians Brad and Liz Nilbert. They're cycling from Cairns to Broome and spoke to our reporter Charlie McKillop just a couple of days into their epic adventure.